Hi, good evening. It's now only 5 days till Christmas. I just want to have a bit of a catch up with people, see how you are, and see if everyone's struggling really. Can be a difficult time, Christmas, because you think everyone else is struggling again. The whole world's out there enjoying themselves, but I'm not. That sort of thing. But you can enjoy yourself a lot better sober, you know. It's a far better life sober, far better life. It's not a good place to be when you're drinking all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of them things. Comes around. You've got to be, you've got to be strong. You know, got to be strong. And I don't think that anybody ever sets out to become an alcoholic. Um, it's one of those things catch up with you. And to me, it was an addiction. So we created from a habit, and it wants to, well, it wants to eat you alive. Really, that makes sense. Just find these glasses. Hi, Blackstone. How are you doing? Michael. Good evening. How are you doing? Kivo, I bought an alcohol-free cider for Christmas. Well done. Like, why not have some of that? I've tried that. I tried this Guinness. There's a lot of different beers out there now. I mean, people say to me it's not trigger. It doesn't trigger anything with me. I'm past that. I think I've grown out of alcohol. I've become to hate. Not hate it. I just don't do it. I've popped into the odd pub, you know, and it just recently, and I thought I can't stand how busy it is, how noisy it is. I don't know how I used to manage it. And the price was in London on Wednesday. It was about £8 for a pint of Guinness. When a pint is one of those cans of Guinness Zero. What the hell? £15 odd for a Guinness Zero and two Cokes. Well, going up. Oh, that was madness, you know. Hiya, Drinker. How are you doing? Oh, everyone's good, doing well. Peter Locke. Nice to see you, Pete. Hope you well. I've been off a couple of days, but you know I'm back here, and I hope you're all struggling. Not struggling, sorry. Guiding through and not struggling. Hi, Samara. Hope you're well. That's the thing, you see. Is anyone struggling? Um, I just hope that we can all get through this together, because some people will drop off the side, but you can get back on again. You know, relapse is part of recovery, if that makes sense. If you don't relapse, you're not doing it properly. I don't know anybody who's come off and just suddenly been sure, and they've never gone back to it. Most people hit rock bottom as hard as Samara did. A few of us have hit. A few of us have hit really rock bottom, and it just becomes very, very difficult to live when you're drinking, I think. But yeah, as I say, I've been in a couple of pubs and I can't stand how busy it is and how loud it is. And people talk such nonsense, and you get nothing from them. I mean, the attitude of the people I used to drink with now, they just don't want to speak to me. I don't care. I don't really, I like to drink. I don't care because I've got my own life, you know. And you become a different person. I'm so much better. And myself, I think that I generally feel better, act better. I'm better with people. I'm not as irritable. Even if you just have a couple of drinks, you're a bit tired, you know, going back to the old days. When I wasn't an alcoholic, complete alcoholic, I used to feel a bit tired, a bit groggy, not functioning particularly well in work, all this sort of thing, you know. Couldn't, because relapse is a common part of the process, is it not? Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, I mean, it's best if you don't, because you get yourself to the point where you relapse too often, and what happens is you become worse every time. Basically, you know, every day is worse than the other, and it just becomes a bit of a nightmare. It did for me, completely a nightmare, completely controlled by it. One of the best things is to be free of it, completely free. So yesterday we went to a baby shower. We were the only one 100% sober. I know that we will be okay on Christmas. That's brilliant to see. Christmas has always been a trigger for people. But then again, you can say 1st of January has New Year's Eve and Easter and whatever. If you're a big drinker, you drink any time. And if you get caught up in it, like I did, you drink 24 hours a day just to try and get through the day, really. But I don't like what it did to me. I don't like the person I became. And when someone told the other day, said, "Oh, you're a much better person now you stop drinking." The longer you are off it, the better, really. And that's what I'm focusing on. And I want to be stronger. I mean, every day I feel a bit better. Not every day, but as time goes on. I mean, I did a lot of walking in London on Wednesday, about 17,000 steps. There's a lot of walking, isn't it? I just think I couldn't have done that a few years ago. I couldn't. I was in a wheelchair 4 years ago. It's just like it's great to know that you're okay, and it's like, wow, I can walk that far and go up the escalators without feeling dizzy, without falling over, without having to drop a drink. It's madness. It's madness. Much better. Brought J2s for Christmas. Good luck, everyone. Brilliant. 57th day drink fest. Fantastic. 57 days is marvellous. I couldn't do 57 minutes at one point. Blackstone, what I don't miss is the feeling of waking up for work after a night of drinking. No, exactly. Horrendous. Hi, Scooter. Richard Bruce. Hi, Steve. Good evening. Have a good weekend. Thanks, mate. Johnny, I love a drink during the day. I love a drink during the day. So after tea, bottle of Bacardi in bed. Otherwise, I can't see PTSD overlapping ADHD meds don't really help. I never should doubt ever. Yeah, it was a bit like that, a little bit like that, Johnny. We drink, well, I did, to calm the mind, if that makes sense. Quitting alcohol free is always best. I quite like the alcohol free, although I'd get a lot of criticism for it. But I don't care about it because it doesn't affect me. It may affect some, so be careful with it, what I'm saying. Don't just dive in and have loads of alcohol free. You've got to be, you've got to know what you're doing before you can start even venturing in a pub, to be honest, because it could all fall down, especially this time of year when it's jumping jack. Jumping jack there, jumping jack flush. Everyone's like crazy and have a sprinkle of cocaine on the beer as well. It's not good. It's not a good atmosphere now. I think pubs have changed a lot, not just me. Hi Steve, just a quick note to wish you and your family a magical Christmas and New Year. Thank you. I've been 19 months booze free on Christmas Day and generally couldn't have done it without you. Thanks again, pal. That's brilliant news. Well done, Jumping Jack. It's a good news story, that. If we can save one life, we're doing well, haven't we? And as a group, we do well. Because a lot of people watch these lives, There's more views after it's like on repeat, after it's stored, than there is ever live. A lot of people watch them and comment after, if that makes sense. Those are very few and far between now. Yeah, well, Wetherspoons have taken on. There's plenty in London, man. The other day I walked through Soho, where I used to work there. But I don't miss them. I don't miss the nonsense. I don't think I talk that much nonsense. Do you think people are just getting less and less sensible? Where's the common sense gone out of life, We're having to tell people what to do all the time. That's why it's called the nanny state, because people can't fucking cope. Sorry to swear. But it's fantastic. I'm fortunate that I don't wind up staying off the booze on the daily. Drove my old day at the shops earlier and sat and waited. All I heard was trolleys full of bottles clanking. Yeah, it's so right, that, man. It's fantastic ass. The amount of people I've seen going through the tills recently, the bills of 280 quid or something, it's nearly all beer and wine and spirits and, a bag of nuts. All you need food. I did to calm myself also. Yeah, that's like I did calms the mind. Look at the brilliant person and communicator you are without alcohol. It robs brilliant people of what their potential. Thanks, Denise. I appreciate that. It took everything from me. I became frightened. I didn't know what to do, didn't know which way to turn. I couldn't deal with anything. Now I feel like I can deal with most things. Titan Davis. I was with friends last night for some social drinks. I was amazed at the people who had asked how I managed to sail. I was very genuinely interested they were. It felt good. Yeah, I see what you're saying. You do get applauded by some people. The drinkers will be jealous. In general, because you look better. You generally feel better. You be bouncing around a bit more energy. You've got a lot of energy when you're not drinking. You've got more time to look after yourself. And you rest properly. You never rest properly when you hoofing the drink down your neck, do you? Quentin, drink tricks you not calms you. It's a demon drink, hostess, yeah. You think it's going to make you sleep and relax. It will knock you out, basically. And it won't relax you at all, unfortunately. To relax, you have to get off the booze and go for some walks and get some exercise done, eat good food. You'll overcompensate, you see. You think, I can't drink, I'm not going to drink. I'm going to get myself well instead. And then you'll overtake the people who you're drinking with, and they'll look upon you with disdain. Michael, hey Samara, how goes it? True that Blackstone sobriety during the holidays, one more of grateful heart and proper memory. Good things. Yeah, you make memories. I can't remember the Christmases. But I'll remember Wednesday in London because I took my daughter, her partner, and my grandson down. I couldn't have done that when I was drinking even a moderate amount. But I would love for bread, no lager. That's what you want. Good, that's good stuff. But like I say, have something else. Have a cup of tea, have a cup of coffee, have something good. Because the time you spend drinking is quite a short period of time, the 24-hour period. Well, it can be. And you have all this palaver after. You know, whenever you text, whenever you've called, losing money, spending too much, getting cabs, even get people getting into fights. Not that I ever did, thankfully, but weeks I'm 6 foot plus, but I doesn't get any bother. But you know, people get bullshit, people are going to get bullshit with you, bumping into you, all this kind of. It's hard work, isn't it? So they call it spirits, more like bottle demons. Yeah, definitely. Depression in a bottle is what I call it. I've seen that a few times. Quote. It's very true, that. I hope you benefit from these lives. If you do, please have a look at the super chat button or the buy me a coffee link. It's around somewhere. I forgot to put it in. There it is. And if you can support the channel, it'd be great. The more support we get, the more we can do that. Oh God, I can't be put a blank screen every now. I'm hopeless with these computers, you know. Absolutely hopeless. I've just spoken to, I tried to speak to Johnny the Troll, if anybody remembers him, but I haven't got anything back from him. Denise, Dennis, how are you doing, Dennis? Good evening, Santa, Steve. Happy Christmas to everyone. Wish you a happy and dry Christmas. Yeah, everyone dry Christmas. We'll come over the other side, you see. So, 3-5-3. The horrors afterwards are not worth it. No, it's like, is the juice worth the squeeze? But the pain is not worth the gain, is it? Nickelodeon, I'm trying to stay sober, but my girlfriend still drinks. She doesn't drink much. She's not an alcoholic, but it's hard to imagine spending the holidays together and not drinking together like we used to. Look after your health. You'd be better with your girlfriend. You're not be arguing, bickering. Richie Bruce, I think my drinking to get drunk might be linked to my mild PTSD. Maybe. Mine was just, I enjoyed the feeling. That makes sense. Quentin, the demon drink is us become demons when we drink. That's true, yeah. It changes your personality. It's a mind-altering drug, isn't it? Drink that this year, the food is going to taste so much better. Yesterday, the small things serve so much better without the drinks. Of course, yeah. Your taste buds come back. Everything comes back. Michael, yeah, I think so. Go to see your doctor as soon as possible if you drink to the emergency. Yeah, I mean, I did that. I'm still going to get diazepam, right? Blackstone, the second I opened my eyes, I used to panic trying to remember if I did anything bad. Yeah, and me. Because you go to bed and you think you're all right, don't you? But you're not. And Chris, I hate that. I don't know about that. Future tripping. I don't know what that's all about. Anyway, so get through the next few days. There's not long to go now. I know there's a lot of pressure on people. That's why I did this little short video. You think everyone else is drinking. They probably are. But they're not all having a good time because you don't know what they're going through. You know what you're going through. And I've had a lot of experience of drinking. A lot of experience. A lifetime. And I know that the best times of my life have been when I haven't been drinking. Why do we do it? That's a different discussion, isn't it? You know. But if you can wake up clear-headed, you'll have a much better day. Energy, I've got a lot of energy. I always had a lot of energy. I just got, my legs got took off it, if that makes sense. I just didn't have any. It nearly killed me. Drinking. I know about drinking Blackstone. It was the same here on the weekends. No, I don't know about blacked out. I might have done a couple of times drinking for us when I've been at work early and I've not had much sleep. I used to blame lack of sleep. Probably 17 or 18 pints of strong pills lager in the Red Lion in Kingston did it. Hi, Jonathan. Hope you're well. So yeah, get Christmas over, get New Year over, start fresh, and maybe put yourself a plan in place to get fit again if you're newly sober. Because there's people from all levels on here, newly sober, people who want to stop, people who have stopped for years, people who've relapsed, all that sort of thing. Have a bit of a plan. You must have a little bit of a plan when you get to the sober point. And as I mentioned before, don't just stop cold turkey because it really, really harm you. And I had seizures doing it. So on the shortest day of the year tomorrow, we get an extra 2 minutes of sunlight. Happy days, summer's on the way. Well, there you go. See, be positive. It's a good message, isn't it? Be positive. Ray Sturgeon, oh yeah. It's a dangerous time of the year. Remember, being a Spurs fan is an excuse. Well said, Ray. Richard, I need a toast, Stephen. Fancy some butter toast like you do. I like toast, yeah. Butter right the edges. Do you know somebody told me a trick the other day when you get the butter out of the fridge? It's so hard, isn't it? Stick it in the microwave for about 15 seconds. Don't overdo it, otherwise it just begins to be like a liquid. It's good for spreading on toast. The simple things become good fun again. Having a cup of coffee, a bit of a laugh with your partner or your mates, proper mates, not the ones in the pub who just want you to F off. And you draw better energy, or you create better energy. People look at you different. You get served in shops easier, not easier, but they're more polite to you. When you wander around sticking a drink, people don't like it. Late fathers to say, everyone likes to drink, no one likes to drunk. And people can tell you've had too much drink. So I lost an acquaintance last week. He died from a heart attack during a hangover. Wow, bloody hell, horrendous. Sorry, Scott. So you can do this in the oven too, Richard. Plus, I'm drinking coffee and reading the news is my favourite Sunday morning routine. Exactly. The news is good at the moment. Not a big TV person, but I watch the news. So, what's all this Epstein carry on? Who hasn't been Epstein's island? Jacko's been any. And what was he meeting Tony Blair for in 2002? He must have had some power, that Epstein. Jesus Christ. I don't know if it was a booze or not, but I bet there's plenty of champagne flowing there. Denise, this video and the few days ahead are important. Had a few bad days recently. Christmas is a tough time. Let's keep the supporting community together. Yeah, I agree. If you'd like to support the community, then please subscribe, as you have done, on all the Buy Me Coffee links on there, and also super thanks. There's lots of ways to support. Jonathan just bought a coffee. Thanks very much, Jonathan. Appreciate that. The more support we get, the better. And thanks for the coffee. I shall enjoy that. Scope up, don't be a statistic. I'm working on Christmas. Keep moving forward. Make every day better. Again, thanks very much, Jonathan. Appreciate that. Every day is a better day. Every day is a good day when you're sober. I haven't got this anxiety anymore. Worry about where I'm going to get more beer. Worry about finances. Worry about if I'm going to be ill or not. Because I'm rarely ill. I don't think I've had it, especially since I met my partner, because she does loads of stuff with ginger and lemon and all that. I've never had a cold or flu. All, without exception, all the people in the pub I used to drink with, they're always sniffling. They've got cold, they're coughing constantly because they don't eat properly. I go, oh, I'm bloody worn out. So what have you done? Nothing. That's what worn out, isn't it? It's the booze drains you of energy, it drains you of everything you have. It flattens your mind, basically. You get a foggy head and you're irritable. I forget how irritable I used to be. And you get this groggy. That's why it's called the grog, isn't it? But I've got a couple of mates who won't go for a couple of pints, they'll go for a gallon or more. That's every day. Sometimes lunchtime, finish work. The finished tradesmen work, use the term loosely, some work, till sort of 8 o'clock and 2-ish, half 2, start packing up slowly, take the paintbrushes out, then the white spirit, then they come off the paint, then they take the white stuff out, then they take the ladders back. I used to drink 8 to 12 pints every day after work. That's a lot of booze, isn't it? Every day. And he's all right, though. Different people. Horses for courses, isn't it? Christmas is tough for us. It's hard, but you got to get over it. It's also hard being in a hospital, isn't it? With liver disease or a sighted fluid or having a heart attack or a stroke or neuropathy or pancreatitis, all these different, or one of the cancers that's linked to alcohol. I think I had COVID once this year when I still drank. It lasted 3 weeks, now 1 week. Yeah, everything will get better. Your body will repair itself if you give it a chance. So I think Epstein Island used to be owned by the Tracy family, lots of underground caves where the Thunderbirds used to be parked. Most concerning. I remember that year because you showing the rage there, Thunderbirds. It's weird, though, isn't it? Nickelodeon, pouring 10 pints of liquid into your body in one evening is just not. I used to sort of do 20 over a day. Madness, isn't it? It's just. What was I looking for? Great crack, isn't it? Really bad. I didn't drink spirits or anything. So I was just drinking all this lager, and it was nice. The first 2 or 3 were great. I got a choke for a drink. I just get it down. Like one swill. I was at a pub actually on Tuesday night in Manchester. I was in a hotel and visiting my daughter. And a couple of guys drinking Guinness in there. And they got a couple of free pints. And they drank them like straight down after they had a few. Couldn't believe it. I could do that with one of the first 1 or 2 pints. I couldn't do it with any other. As far as it was Irish pub. It's a nice place actually. And it did cans of Guinness. Not a lot of people do that. A lot of places do that. Kevin, feeling the weekends always the toughest around Christmas time. Yeah. Well, I'll say weekends and Christmas really. It's got to go all red and puffy. It's horrible, isn't it? I drank vodka every morning to get better. That's a really good way of putting it, to get better. But you never get any better, do you? You always think tomorrow will be a better day, but it never ever is. It's always a worse day. And it will compound, get worse and worse and worse. You're never going to have a good day when you're drinking. So, like I say, we've got a few more days. Once Christmas is over, you'll feel less pressure to buy presents and be part of the. I mean, something our family didn't really celebrate Christmas much because my dad was in the police and we worked a lot of them as well. So if you've been a shift worker, or you've been in the forces, or you've been in a hotel trade, or lots of people work through Christmas, then it doesn't impact so much. Michael, we've been enjoying great new Beatle music, that anthology, for after all these years. Can you believe it all? Yeah, you get your life back, you see. Get your life back. Get better and worse at the same time. It's good. Kevin, I am recovering from flu and avoiding the alcohol and cigarettes for speedy recovery. You gotta keep off it. Stu, hello peeps, nice to see you. Blackstone, I just remember ordering beer. Next few hours I would order wine. Next few hours I would be drinking spirits and drinking them. Neat. Wow. Jesus, first thing in the morning. Horrendous, isn't it? Try starting the day with a cuppa. That's the way. Let's go. I quit smoking when I had the flu. Smoking's another bad thing, isn't it? It's strange how many drinkers will have a cigarette, but they're not really addicted to smoking. Does that make sense? I never did that. I never tried that. I did try a cigarette, but I felt dizzy, so I didn't burn any. I was too weak. Not weak, but you know what I'm saying. Ooh, I can't get on with that. Drink was enough for me. I mean, AK, Morty, good evening, Stephen. Hope you're well. All good, thanks you. Thanks, Morty. So I don't know if you've only got any plans for Christmas, but just spend it. If you're struggling, spend it. Like, just think it's another day. It's another 24-hour period, isn't it? It's just another Thursday, isn't it? And then you get over that, and then you got the weekend, and then get over New Year, and then you feel great, and you can walk around with pride. The people say to me, "Oh, you're the only person not drinking." I said, "Yeah, but I like being the minority sometimes, especially if it's going to do me good. Never be shy to tell people you don't drink because you've got a problem. Why don't you drink? People say, why don't you drink? The Spanish Inquisition, isn't it? 20 questions. I don't drink because I had an issue with it. That's the end of the conversation. That's it. And, be strong with that. Because some people can drink, we can't. It's the same as, some people are allergic to nuts and all sorts, isn't it? Drink it. I'm 5 months sober. Richard, now I drink coffee or tea in the morning. Pepsi Max today. Well done, Trigger. It's fantastic news, that. Stu, my issue is the white dandruff. Been trying the last few years to stop. Find myself in everywhere, and that's the problem, isn't it? Sprinkle of the white stuff in your knacker. I never did that. I was thinking about that today because Jimmy Carr mentioned in one of his interviews. It's very popular, too popular. It's another explosion for the NHS, aren't they? Next, hello, Noon here. Hope everyone's having a good evening across the pond. Brilliant, Urban. Nice to see you. And your lady as well, who found out they did me. This is the name. Richard, well done. I wish I could boast of that. Still, I can only have it with a drink as well. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Combination, isn't it? A bit of cocaine and a drink. So, if you're drinking, make sure you drink lots of water before you go to sleep at night. 2 pints if you can. That stops the brain from dehydrating, which causes hangovers. Yeah, it's a good pint. My mother still says that. to say now, but which is 94 minutes, just alive. You say that a lot when I was a kid. Not a kid, but you know what I'm saying, a teenager. If you do enjoy these lives or the benefit to you, then please hit the super chat button or the buy me coffee links on the right. And thanks to Jonathan who's bought coffee. The more support we get, the more I can do. So I would have been on more this week, but I've been away, so I'm back. I'll do the live each night now until Christmas, and Christmas Eve, and Christmas Day, and Boxing Day. Ellis, thank you. Message was deleted there. Michael Rice, congratulations, Trigger. We've been finding some new nice tasting things to drink. Yeah, there's lots of nice things. How did you stop Scooter? That's one for Scooter from Stu. Yeah, we've all got to take responsibility for ourselves and realise that what's going on in the pub it's a fear of missing out again, isn't it? How many times where there's fear of missing out and gone somewhere and it's been terrible and a waste of time? I've been off the drink for 2 years now, but overindulged in a massive kebab tonight. I'll pay. Oh, that's no fun, bro. I love kebabs. Hot chili sauce, nothing better. Alice Hayden, can we get some sober dating ideas off you? We'll do that now. Well, just turn up sober and smart, basically. I might do that if you. I might do a little ebook on that. That'd be a good idea, or a video. So, well done, drink our first Christmas without booze. I expect for a long time. Yeah, it's good when you get that feeling. Wow, I've done Christmas. It's a big bonus, isn't it, for yourself? So, Alice, I can do that. I'll do a video on that. Kevin Flanagan, the water helps, but if you're run down from alcohol, you're lacking lots of vitamins and minerals. Yeah, there's a good description. You're lacking all the vitamins and nutrients, and you're run down. You run down all the time if you're a heavy drinker. You constantly run down. I mean, I think I was in a state of withdrawal for years, all the time. Said Peter has to stop hangovers, don't drink in the first place. That's a good point, actually. Yeah. I like that. It's true, isn't it? Richard Bruce have been trying sports drinks with electrolytes, isn't it? That's good. All you need. This is from the top doctor I could find. Balanced diet, bit of exercise, and rest. It's all you need. You don't need to buy expensive drinks, expensive pills, just because the body would sort itself out. You know? Ginger beer is good. I agree with that. It's a nice taste, you know. But good, Richard. That's ideal. If you get some electrolytes, it will help. Hi, Neil. Hope you're well. Cool. Ginger beer is perfect. Steve, my friend, is an alcoholic dependent. I've told him what you, but he's not ready yet. Well, he will in the end. I mean, there are various channels around. Funny enough, I don't know if you watched that Sober Starter, Rick Blow. He did mention me in a good light, actually. He said that myself and background, he can assist and help, you know, which is good. But he called me the kissing man, which is quite funny, actually. I do pout my lips at him. I thought he was quite good on his video last night. He's a bit of a strange character, but the kissing man. I'm here to help if I can, and I will put you in the right direction. But I wouldn't over worry about nutrition and exercise until you get off the booze. When you get off the booze, then start to put those things in place as well, you know. Good man, Neil. Kevin, 100% avoidance can't put an old head and young body. They think they're invincible. That's the thing. You do when you're young. I did. I thought, I'll never be as bad as him, the next person. Blackstone, do you think anything could have stopped you before you had to go to hospital? Just diazepam, to be fair. The confidence to come off without a seizure would have helped me, yeah, definitely. Ellis, on your 8-year sober stint, how did you resist the first time? Well, I was fine for 8 years, and I started when I met somebody, but I resisted it by knew I was going to be ill. Really, I didn't want to drink. I wanted to get fit again. I like the feeling of being fit. You see, I was very fit, so you just resisted by thinking I don't want to be ill again. I was always feeling rough with it, you know. So when your body's fighting a full-scale war when you're drinking constantly. When you drink at night as well, when you're coming at night, you're supposed to rest, aren't you, when you go to bed? If you're having 5 or 6 pints, a couple of glasses of wine before you go to bed every night, your body's starting to work overtime when you're supposed to be resting. And that's why you're tired in the morning. So people finish work 7 o'clock, go home, open a bottle of wine, 8, 9, 10, 11, bowl of pasta, some wine. Then the body's got to start to digest that, and the liver's got to try and get rid of all the poison. So while you're sleeping, pretend to sleep, whatever you're doing, you're not resting at all. That's the problem, you see. It's very true, Samara. Your body's fighting full scale war all the time, especially liver and the kidneys. drink. I let my doctor analyse my blood Monday, and everything is now normal. Fantastic. That's good. TK, who was he talking about you when you said the kissing man? Yeah, he was. Yeah, he said the man goes, Stephen. It made me laugh. I did send my daughter and my partner. They said, "You like that?" It was quite good actually. You said that I was decent bloke, which is good, but it was just funny the way he said the kissing because it's been noted before. Stu, I used to think because I only use Coke once a week, I don't have a problem. Delusion. Well, you're not taking it all the time. You're just trying to hit a new high, aren't you? Now, she's a lady, and it's a bit different for us in pubs. Of course, it is for women. Yeah, I could go on my own, start a friendly chat, no problem. And so the alcohol craving is tied up with the need for social surfing. It's connection, isn't it? If you're on your own, you have a drink, you connect to the drink, and then we'll probably take you into the social scene as well. You cannot really, I mean, as a man, I can't even go. I can, I'll do that now, have a coffee, so it's a bit different, isn't it? That's why I just pop in. I do go to pubs sometimes for a quick 0%, or when I'm with my fiance, I'll go in for a quick drink somewhere, or mainly a meal, bit of lunch, or something like that. But really, there was no reason to go into a pub for more than half an hour. I couldn't do what my old mates do and sit there from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. or 10 a.m. to 10 a.m. I'd run out of things to talk about. And I think I'm not any better than them, but my interests have changed. My lifestyle has just changed for the better. Seriously, my friend says you can't stop drinking because he has fits, but surely to quit alcohol, you just have to go through it. No, it's dangerous having fits and seizures. Any doctor will tell you, any alcoholic will tell you not to stop cold turkey because as alcoholics, we've been through it. And you can all sorts of complications from stopping suddenly. Try to stop. Fucking you can do it. You can. Yeah. I tried Coke in the 90s only a few times. I can still remember how good it felt. Way too good. Well, that's the problem, isn't it? It's like alcohol felt good to me when I was young. And then, a few years later, I dead. And, well, that was the new ginger beer only sort of 7 months ago, 3 beer day now. It was so warm, seemed not to favour me. And thanks, son. That new one, ginger beer, one only started 7 months ago, 3 beers. Now it will slow down to one. Well, it's good to get down to one. Let me get a coffee, guys, okay? 2 sugars for me. X-Man and Stu, if your friend is having his fits, he needs a medical detox, yeah. Because it's seizures, isn't it? Oh, fits, what it is. You can't just stop. It's so dangerous to just stop cold turkey. It can cause all sorts of issues. If anyone wants to support the channel, please do. The super chat button's in there, or be the first to do that, or the buy me coffee links on the right hand side there. Thanks very much. Stu, he's in a bad way. 38 years old. He's lost all weight in his legs. That's the first place it goes. I remember when I came off for a few months years ago. I was wearing some shorts and doctor said, your legs look better. And I thought, that's a funny thing. So what do you mean? I said, when you are malnourished, all the muscle goes from your biggest muscle, which is thigh muscle, isn't it? Well, the way you can spot an alcohol is very thin legs, big stomach, or just very thin everything. Blackstone, any substance that makes you feel very good is taking something at least as big from you. That's a good point, actually. There's no such thing as a free lunch, is there? Or what they say is too good to be true. It's a very good phrase. That it takes things off you, doesn't it? 30 years, 38. It's amazing how it can take you so young. That's the same. I had the same. It's a matter of a few weeks and it goes away. Yeah, it will eventually, hopefully, go away. We're all different, but I'm pleased that you're sober. I'm pleased that a lot of us are sober, to be honest, and others getting sober, and people can join us here and get help, because we're at the sort of sharp end of it. A lot of us have been right at the rock bottom. Doctors can give you advice. Surgeons can stitch you up again, fantastic. And I've got no problems with NHS. But from a point of view of general advice and support, only an alcoholic will know how you feel when you're on here, or how you feel when you go to the doctors. And I've mentioned many times before, alcohol is one of the only drugs where they ask you to moderate and slow down. If you go in with heroin problem, they'll get you off it, and they'll tell you to stop completely. The one you say, have 3 or 4 pints instead of 12. It's very different to that. It's just totally different ballgame, isn't it? Totally different. But certainly, it's dangerous, very dangerous substance. It kills too many people. A doctor friend of mine told me they still use the term wet brain. Jesus, Blackstone, like the fountain of youth that makes you beautiful and young for 30 minutes. 20 minutes is true. Thanks, Peter, for that donation. So well received. Thanks so much. It's nice to get some support. It takes a bit doing these, and the more support we get, we'll keep doing more and help people more. And you've just contributed there. Thanks, Peter. Really appreciate it. And you're welcome. Like the fountain of youth makes you beautiful and young for 20 minutes and ages rapidly. It's true. Simona, Stuart, no, it's frustrating for you, but he needs to get help himself, definitely. I've tried a few things for coke. NHS hasn't even paid you. A guy on YouTube, I just can't seem to stop it so hard. It's not easy. Ben Diamond, actually, well, thanks, Ben. Yeah, he does. Stewie made us get well himself as someone. I said, yeah. It's not an easy fix. He has to put some effort in and get there, because it's a difficult thing to come off. Any addiction, isn't it? I mean, I've never smoked. I've never taken any other drug, but I knew alcohol was a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Absolute nightmare. It just becomes, well, it's an addiction. Nothing's going to get better unless you do something about it at all, isn't it? I just wish everyone would get off it. Most people will get off it if we keep pushing it. But it took me right at the bottom. I wish I hadn't got so far down, because I'm very lucky to be alive, which is in a way a good thing. But it could have been a lot worse. I wouldn't have survived if I hadn't had a bit of luck on my side. I know that, yeah. But fortunately, I was quite resilient. A lot of longevity in the family, and I was very fit when I was young. And I plus didn't smoke. The actual condition is called Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome. Main issue is deficiency of vitamin B, which is thiamine. Yeah, they always put you on thiamine, don't they? There's a lot of people drinking more than the press will ever admit, and I still believe that the young people are still either taking other substances or drinking. Because I know for a fact that cirrhosis is presenting in hospital much younger, and a lot of pancreatitis. A lot of women are passing away because of alcohol-related liver disease. It's just had 35% increase in 5 years, which is huge. And you've got a lot of issues surrounding drinks, with social, domestic problems and crime and stuff. It's not getting any better. So I'm glad coke isn't physical like alcohol. Coke is all mental every weekend last night. I was on a sick of it. It's expensive as well, I imagine. So you can take supplements of B1 deficiency. Yeah, you can get thiamine. You can actually buy it at the counter at Boots now. Some chemists do it. I know Boots do it, but the doctor will generally prescribe it. But if you get on a balanced diet, a good diet, you'll be fine anyway. That won't be a problem. So a good diet, or just balanced diet, really is what you need. Thanks so much, Blackstone, for that donation. It's really appreciated this, people subscribe and support and put a donation in. It makes a big difference. And it keeps us really at the forefront of doing this, because there's nobody else I know in the UK does the lives, and so it's good interaction. And thanks again, Blackstone. Really appreciate that, and your input, and everyone's input. It's valuable, because without you, I couldn't do this. I couldn't just sit and talk on my own. Richard, comedians drinking on stage, like Ricky Gervais. Right? Oh, did he? I didn't realise that. Yeah, I know. Dave Allen. I thought he did anyway. Dave Allen from years ago. He used to drink whiskey, didn't he? Cheers, Blackstone. So, Peter, yes, but I'm on thiamine tablets. Yeah, you've got to keep on with them. You won't have to take them when you get your diet better. When your diet is improving, as it were. Let's go to Bob. Cocaine is a terrible drug. It's deadly. You can imagine. Like I said, I've never smoked. I've never taken any other drugs. So I've got no knowledge of that, how they actually interact, really. But it seems to be more popular than ever, from what I've seen, what I read, and what I've witnessed. Because you can tell people they're a bit jumpy and a bit edgy. Cocaine attacks your nervous system. That's not good, is it? Jonathan Gould, Dave Allen was funny. I used to watch him in my dad when I was a kid. Yeah, he was good. A lot of religious stuff. It was very funny. Take it. I never drunk spirits, but tactile and visual hallucinations and withdrawal are more terrifying than anyone can imagine. Yeah, I can imagine. I didn't have them. I just felt as ill as I could ever feel. Like I was going to die. I had this huge distended stomach with all the fluid and stuff. It's just massive hernia. Oh, it's just the things I went through, all because of booze. It's terrifying, absolutely terrifying. Drinking out 1, 2, 3. I never took hard drugs, but I think alcohol is also hard drugs. Of course it is. But just an aside here, there's membership on the channel. It's only $1.99. I'm going to put a lot more videos in the membership first, so you can get a bit of a peek view on that. So there is a members only stream of videos coming out, which will keep a lot of people involved, keep a lot of people engaged, because it's nice to have this engagement, because rather than just people doing the videos and then wandering off into the sunset, if you've got a bit of engagement, you tend to come back and it can focus your mind a little bit and keep it off the booze. In this holiday season, I'm getting so triggered, especially since I'm over a year now, 1 year sobriety. It's kind of like, now what silly thought. We all think we can go back and handle it, you see, but you cannot. Stu, alcohol is so accepted, without a doubt, yeah. It's everywhere, isn't it? It's everywhere. They'll drink it in hospitals when I finish your shift. Crackers, isn't it? Samara, take a pat on the back. People who you could be one of the rare 10% of people that remain sober for the rest of their lives. The other 90% don't make it early graves. Well, yeah, it's not a lot, is it? 10%. Not a lot, but I know that I know of people who, or relatives of people who had liver transplants and they've drunk again. Michael, alcohol-free living channel. Live Christmas Eve sounds good. Yeah, we'll do that Christmas Eve. Yeah, get some support and we'll help each other out. Why not? Because Christmas Eve would be tough for people. I mean, fortunately, the weather isn't too bad. But people get lonely in this sort of thing. It's easy to get depressed, even if you're not a big drinker. So you wander out the pub and you start again. And when you're used to the social scene, especially, or even getting to your sleep, because sometimes when you have a drink, even if you're on your own, and think, "Oh, I feel a bit better now," and then it all comes back the next day, doesn't it? It's easy to, especially as Urban Angst has mentioned, over a year or so. But I think, what should I do now? I feel all right. I'll never drink. And then you're straight back and having 2 or 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. And it accumulates very quickly, the amount you're drinking, you see. You start with a little bit and it just goes sky high. Lovely day here in London, Jonathan. Yeah, I was there Wednesday. It was nice. It was dry. But central London was very quiet for pre-Christmas. I used to work in West End Central Police Station. Christmas time was almost mobbed. It wasn't this week, for some reason. KMK, going to try giving alcohol after Christmas. Yeah, that's good. Have a plan. At least you've got a plan. Make sure you stick to it, though. Don't just say, well, then, or somebody's birthday in January, and something else comes along. You must try and stick to it rigidly. It's not easy, this. Otherwise, there would be no alcoholic deaths, would there? You've got to be very focused. You've got to have a reason to come off it. You've got to have something which is more important to you than drinking. And that's not always easy, but you've got a date, stick to it, and we'll start from there. But don't just go cold turkey if you're really dependent on it. I know someone got a liver transplant. When he got out of the hospital, he was going immediately to the pub on all of medications. He died 2 years later. Jesus Christ. You get a second chance of life. And that's the power of addiction, though, isn't it? The power of addiction. It's that strong. It will take you like that. Straight back to the pub. Richard, losing my safe place. Frequent death of alcohol dependence. No chance. It comes back so quickly, the dependence. Jonathan, nobody can afford Central London. Oh, I just meant just tourists, really, like tourists. Yes, for me, it was. I mean, I worked there 25 years, and I know Central London quite well. it's expensive to drink there. It's expensive to drink in Manchester as well. I just was like a tourist, I thought, in shoppers. Urban Access for me it was the social part, and so even when I'm at a sober event with music happy folk, something seems missing. Like I take a drink in my hand. Oh, it's only been 1 year. Keep plugging on. You will regret it if you do it again. If you go back, it'll be worse this time. It'll take you straight back to withdrawal, and then you feel horrendous. Stu, I think alcohol and drugs take away your feeling of being happy about normal things after a few years. They do. I 100% agree. Your few years have been daft as a brush, and the latter end is just hard work. Alcohol, its issues, a full-time job, isn't it? Full-time job. Blackstone, something seems missing because we are so conditioned to think alcohol is natural and essential. Yeah, that's a good point. We think it should go with every occasion. We think it should go with all celebrations, commiserations. It's just fancy a drink, fancy a drink. You meet an old mate, they don't say fancy a cup of tea. It's so normalised, isn't it? And looking better and happy, just lonely. A lot of close folks died, COVID hard. Me, the good people, so like you, Joe. Yeah, I know what you're saying, but we all get down at times, but life's better than being 6 foot under. A lot of people, you've got to normalise life. Sometimes you look around and you think, some people can't walk, some people got no fucking legs, some people are blind, some people can't hear. Most of us here have got some faculties, and realise that life's short. And it's a beautiful world if you can keep your head above water. There was a saying my mother uses sometimes. It's a good life if you don't weaken. And it's true that. And when you get to this stage, maybe some of us are a bit older, don't weaken, because if you weaken, it'll take you down so quickly. Because your mind, you've got to have a very strong mind. You've got to be really committed to this. It's so much easier to go in the pub than it is to get out of it, or to stay out of it. I mean that's an analogy, but just don't hit the booze. So Peter, sometimes I drink after a stressful day at workhouse, but there's a fine line. There's fine between that and being alcohol dependent. Yeah, a drink after work was good, but it turned me an alcoholic. The habit became an addiction. That's a pattern of it, isn't it? It's just nice to have a couple of drinks. But now I do, because my stress levels are less. But even if I was stressed, I think I'm going to get more stressed. I know I'll get more stress if I'm drinking. The withdrawals, Kevin, vitamin B and type 2 diabetes, cholesterol. Vitamin B and D type diabetes, cholesterol, blood pressure, all the problems just because of drink. Oh, there's massive problems with drink. It causes so many different issues. And help support here, I'm broke now. Didn't know stimulus, heard 4 check. 400, I don't want to jump my card now. No food credit manage. It's a long message. I think I know what you're saying. Cormac Phil. Hi everyone. My wife's father is on his deathbed. Life is tough. I'd love to test, so keep strong, everyone. Yeah, sorry to hear that, Cormac. Keep yourself well. Sobriety has to be your priority. Sobriety has to be your priority. Once you got that in your head, you'd be fine. You'd be better. Then I saw a sober friend told me that the fun when getting craving, just say out loud myself, no, not today, Satan. It works, and I'm not even that religious. Yeah, not today, Satan. Yes, fair enough, isn't it? Yeah. No drink for me. Richard, I had another quality night. Yes, well done. Get food instead of drinking. Get nourishment instead of being debilitated. Get rest instead of being shattered all the time. Get well. Sobriety is my priority. Remember that. 4 words. Get it tattooed in your hand if you need it. Thomas went looking forward to a sober Christmas. Already been invited to 3 parties. I'll stay at home. Yeah, do that or you can go. But just be careful. So you've seen your story, Tim. Well, you should probably yourself. A lot of people don't come back from where you were. I agree. Thanks, Stu. Appreciate it. I'm lucky to be here. That's why I'm always smiling. So ironic that alcohol is the biggest killer drug and is accepted and advertised everywhere. Could you imagine adverts with people jacking up heroin and smoking crack cocaine? Exactly. On mainstream TV after Coronation Street or whatever. Crazy. On news programmes. That Nigel Farage, I can't stand that wanker. Anyway, he was on GB News the other night drinking a pint. What's all that about? Jack 1, good evening. How are you doing, Jack? Nice to see you. And I'm getting old now, nearly 70. Oh, I'm not that far off. Drink a 1 to 3. We had chicken, French fries, and a big salad day, all fresh made before before I only ate noodles. Yeah, you don't eat properly when you're drinking. So you've had a proper meal, chicken, some, fries and a good salad. Excellent. Yeah, 70. Yeah, I'm not too far. Jack, everything good here. Thanks for asking. Well done. Getting to 70, or nearly a 70 hunt. We got to get pulled together a bit now. Chuck, everything's good here. Thanks for asking. You're welcome. Urban. Extra Mariner, and is my imagination, or does YouTube push more booze ads the more I search the word sobriety? Oh, I've never looked at that, to be honest. Cormac once saw an interview with Ronnie Wood. How has he survived? He's got the most wrinkled face. He needs iron, doesn't he? Still alive, the Stones. I mean, what's going on there? I hope you benefit from these lives. If you do, please feel free to drop a super chat and support the channel, or buy me a coffee links on the right. I have a couple of supports already, which is really good. Keeps it going and keeps it at the forefront of the sober channels. Really, I know there's a few people do videos, but not my knowledge. People do lives. Ronnie Wood, geez, he was a character, wasn't he? See, when he used to marry all the younger women. So, Urban, you could be onto something there. There was no algorithms playing with your mind. Yeah, I don't know what the algorithm is. It's like a nightmare. Kevin feels like AA. Oh, it's not that boring. Try to get those ads. Also, I think I've never seen any of them, but then again, I don't watch that much. I don't watch much of the people. I watch a bit of that Sober Start guy who Submariner will know about, and a few other people, but not really that much. The odd thing pops up on a reel. I'll have a look, especially with touring, because I do a bit of traveling with my partner and that sort of thing. Richard, Bruce, jealous of your time in London. I have family there now, and I love the Tate Museum. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? Yeah. London to me is not that special because I used to live there. But it's lost its vibe for me, to be honest, a little bit. Maybe because I spent so many years there, living there, working in the city, well, the centre. But as a visitor, it's good for people to go down who live there. But yeah, it's a nice city. It has been. I think this new mayor's made a bit of a mess of it. But there you go. Anyway, getting back on track here. Sober, must be proudly. You've got to eat well, get some exercise done. Another thing you need to do is try and relax without alcohol. I'm trying to sleep a little bit better. And I'm the worst offender of that. I sleep properly. But you need sleep. So on a strange, I was talking to a friend about petrol generators on my mobile when all of a sudden petrol generators popped on my feed. Oh, it definitely listens to you. I'm sure it does. Yeah, I'm sure it does. You put one subject in, you've got 5,000 ads about it, and even emails. Very controlled we are nowadays, aren't we? Very controlled. Nobody controls the pubs. I think this Christmas is going to be a bit of a washout, to be honest with you. I think people are very skinned in the UK. But that will maybe push people into more depression and cause more drink issues. I don't know. Twitter Strange EXO, they seem to look into our heads. I should voice records, I'm sure. Urban family's got a flat a bit south of Brixton tube station. Last time I visited, it was okay, but any time I travelled in the thick of London, I would get so stressed out. I was too busy. Well, it wasn't this week, I have to say. Not like it used to be, especially before Christmas. It used to be crazy busy. I think there's a couple of reasons. Maybe threat of terrorism, maybe recession, but it shouldn't stop foreign tourists, still, should it? I don't know what the reason is. But certainly was nowhere near. I was talking to a black cab driver. He reckons he's been there 30 years driving cabs. He knows the West End like I do, like about my hand. I mean, as a policeman, I have to know everywhere. I've never seen as quiet. It was like a normal shopping day in February, not before Christmas. So maybe I should start talking to my friend about beautiful women. Hopefully, one will come my way. Yeah, you never know, do you? Kevin husband, too much drink. I wake up early, too little sleep. Sometimes pray for morning, sweating, and well, hated either way. Not good, is it, Kevin? You got to keep off the booze. Your body will repair. You feel better. I've never felt as better. I never felt as good in my life. There's a number of reasons for that, but the main one is because I don't drink. And now the police are starting to ride more here for alcohol controls and budget. Oh, so they stop more people. Yeah. Blackstone used to like London when I was a young student, but grew out of it, prefer the countryside. It is a young person's place, yeah, 100%. Oh, unless you've got a lot of money. I'm talking a lot of money. Or my situations today made me want to drink more, but went home instead in bed. Well done. It's ready for bed, but if you can get a rest and do something different, it's life saving. You see, people don't talk like about it in sufficient, severe terms, but in serious terms. Alcohol is a killer. It's a poison. Every time you come in here, every time you take a bit more information, every time your mind switches on a bit, you realise that it's dodgy, dangerous, mind altering. You realise it's going to save your life being off the booze. It's a lifesaver being sober. It's as simple as that. Oh, it's 3050. That's a hell of a long name. Lots of great places in London if you're older. Oh, they're all, yeah, I agree. I like London, yeah, I do. But it's lots of sports. I was there for a long time. But yeah, if you've got a few quid, it's great. But there are lots of places. There's a lot of free places as well, you know. But next, another technique to moderate craving is to bring up concrete memories of how physically sick I was. Yeah, that's what I do. And the dark side of my mind, I look around and realize how much better everything is. Yeah. Always fast forward to how ill you're going to feel if you fancy a drink. Are you going to take one? The key is to not pick up the first one, because the first one will just end up in 100, 1,000. It nearly killed me, the first one. So, do you still get psychological urges to drink, and how do you know them? I get same for Coke, but I can't fight it. I don't actually know. I don't want to drink. Do I know how ill I'm going to be? That's the thing, you see. I know I'm going to be really ill. Oh, Magpie, thank you for helping. No problem. We're all here to help. Hi, Paul. Nice to see you. Look well. Thanks, mate. I've had quite a good week. To be honest with you, every week's a good week when you don't drink. It's so, when I look back on what I missed out on, the way I felt, how ill I felt, and my whole life was knackered really with alcohol. To be fair, it was bad. There was nothing good about it. All I was doing was fighting for my life, really, in a way. Tommy, I haven't drunk for a couple of months, but I've had about 7 beers now. I feel bad for letting it take me. Tommy, the best thing to do is just put it behind you and think, I'm going to be back on it tomorrow, back on sober trail tomorrow. What actually triggered the night? What started you off tonight? I did a couple of videos recently about boredom. Boredom's a big factor, Let me know, Tommy, in here, why you started again. Basically, I tried to become an accountant. They drink a lot. Do they? Well, I think there's people in all sorts of professions drink a lot. So one good thing about sobriety is not having a panic attack when you see it in the Christmas roadside. Please don't. Yes, spot checks. Never to worry about any alcohol in the system. That's a good point. You don't worry when the police are behind you, even though I was in the police. Always let a police car out in front of you. That's a very good point. The panic attack. You just had one pint. Think, oh God, what's going to happen? Well, I've had too much last night or whatever. Yeah. Everything is better sober. There isn't one thing that isn't better. So everything is better. Tomorrow is the shortest day here. I don't like the darkness, but after tomorrow it would be less dark. Exactly. Yeah, it's good for the mood. So Tommy's, that's okay. Reset tomorrow. Yeah, exactly. Reset. Start again. Get well again. Get eaten again. Get some good food in you. Get positive. Cry checking 7459. Negative visualization is great for keeping me off the drink. Yeah. That's a good point. Always think of it the other way. Don't glamorize it and think, oh, there's lots of beautiful women there. It's going to be fantastic. We'll drink champagne. It'll be a really good night. Think of it as lying in a hospital bed or being arrested or getting knocked over. And think about how ill you felt. Tommy, thanks to you. I don't know what. So I'll be thinking about it again. It's funny, it just crops up sometimes, isn't it? Keep the negative thoughts in your head. That's a good point. When I saw I just got a wave of panic, just remembering the trick stops. By somebody, I always remember that I always sneak through them. After a while, I just sold the car. Yeah, matter of time. Blackstone was it born Peter? I was a piece of a 2 beat your PL reset tomorrow. Good luck, Tommy. Boredom, massive problem. Was for me too. Hugh to Hoop. Stephen the Bottle has beaten me so many times. I often just want to let it win. No, don't let it win. You're giving up then, be strong. You're one of the strong, exclusive gang here. Anybody who's been through addiction and fought is strong as an ox. Okay? Not many people could do what we've done, if that makes sense. A lot of people gave up. A lot of people drank themselves to death. Not many have come through the other side. And there's As Smarana said earlier, only 10% will be sober for life, which is not a lot. Because most of society drink. A lot of society drink too much. Don't you always can fight back? You can't do it. Yeah, you can. 100%. Dare dump it down the drain. Well, you did well. Keep off it and do something else. It isn't easy, like I said. You know, if I had a magic pill I give you, I could be a millionaire overnight. It's mindset really. But I do want to warn if you want some help with it, support. Just drop me a line. There's lots of links in the video descriptions. I've got a lot of people off it just because I tell it how it is. Humans really need to remember who we really are. If we all did that, the world would change for the better. Of course it would. Much better, wouldn't it? We're only human. The body will only take so much. So much. You can't take what we used to give it. So when it's young, it's like driving a new car when we're young, isn't it? Things are going to break. 20-year-old car, things are going to break. You've got to slow down. I took a long walk after that nice shower. That's good. Take a long walk, good idea. So Peter, here you're watching this channel, so that's a good start. Yeah, it is. Anything to put your mark down, you know. Sober, Maverick, wishing you all the best here. Have a great Christmas. And you, Sober. Let's all focus on getting healthy for the new year. We're not getting healthy, staying healthy is the thing, isn't it? Those of you who are struggling, you can do it, but you have to have it in your mind all the time. It sounds hard work, this, but don't look at it as I can't have a drink for life. Look at it as I can't or won't have a drink the next 24 hours. When you've done that, you've normalised it slightly. It's less of an impact, you know. This channel is inspiring and an important part of maintaining my sobriety. And there are other channels where the addict is struggling, and those helped me to remember when I was in the state of mind. Exactly, yeah. Yeah, it's not good when you're struggling. You can't give in to a glass bottle filled with absolute crap. It's true, yeah. That's all it is. It's poison, isn't it? Don't give in to poison. You're a good person. Everyone on here is a good person. Anybody that isn't gets eliminated. So we're all good people here, and we're all here to help. And it's not just me on here, you know. You look at all the people who put the comments in. There's 1,900 videos. Some are shorts, but there's a lot of long form videos going back a year and a half when I started this. And there's a lot of comments in this. Very knowledgeable, wise people. Read their comments, get in touch with them, interact with them. Because it's not just me, it's thousands. There's nearly 16,000 subscribers. It's a lot of people. Twinkle, for me, it's also great support this channel. Thanks, Twinkle. Hot Penny just blew out with Mum. Looks like I'm flying solo for Christmas. Oh, well, didn't make me stop at the gin mill. That's good. As long as you kept off the booze. Christmas is always arguments in families. Call out love is the most. It is. Powerful force there is, of course. Jealousy is very powerful on the other side, man. But always did you feel like wasted your best years to it? You feel like you wasted time with alcohol, yeah. But the thing is, I now realise how precious life is. And that's the message I'm trying to get across here. Because I used to think, oh, I'll be all right. I'll never reach 50, never reach 40 even. Sun comes around. And when I was dying in hospital when I was 57, I thought I don't want to die at 57. That was 6 years ago, and I thought, wow. I never thought she was 60. So, you know, look upon it as a beautiful life, really. Because there's a lot of people a lot worse off than us, you know. A lot worse off. You can't turn the clock back. So look forward and build, maybe. You can wind it up again, you see. Arguments can be a powerful cause of drinking. Yeah, my domestics were bad. I'm going to blame everything on that. But you know, it doesn't help. Bloomis, how are you doing, Bloomis? Checking in late. It's fine. We'll stop on for a while if you're here. Denmark over here. How's Denmark? It's expensive for booze there, isn't it? Denmark. I've heard. It's getting more expensive everywhere. The only place that's actually cheap is Wetherspoons. That's why it's always packed. Wetherspoons are busy all the time, aren't they? From 9 o'clock till midnight. It's absolutely incredible how busy they get over there. And these Wetherspoon pubs. Because they're so much cheaper. Obviously, there's a recession, deep recession looming, and everything's price driven. Hence, they're going to be busy as 50 on there. You know, really, really busy. Kevin Flanagan, your live videos are very encouraging. Okay, thanks, Kevin. I mean, I'll do more if I get more support. If you want to support the channel, then please hit the super chat button or the Buy Me Coffee links on the right there. subscribe to the videos and share the channel as well, Hot Penny would that I could control it. If I start to stop only when Bruce says so and Epic Hangovers, bro, no, you can't be doing that. Just keep off it. Hot Penny, keep off it. Keep off it. So when I hear the majority of us have lost our best years to alcohol, but the best years still lie ahead when you're sober. Exactly. 1 year sober is worth 20 years drinking. 100%. Blackstone's quite funny. The Wetherspoons where I live, the coffee machine is next to the bins. It's a good point. It's a good point, that, like. Yeah, accountants. How many of you guys were right here? That's good. Overnight, I can't believe I'm 53 and in better health than in my 30s, 40s. Life is and me. Bizarre, isn't it? But I'm 63 now. I feel better than I was when I was 33. I was struggling then, really struggling. I was feeling ill on the underground. I was being sick in the morning. I was coughing with bile, all sorts of things. I'm struggling at work. And then things got worse and worse. So I feel relaxed now. I feel good about my life. I feel more confident. I got all the confidence back. I used to play in a band. I was a very good bass guitarist, and I got invited to go to auction with a massive band in Amsterdam when I was 16, but my father wouldn't let me go because he was a policeman. He thought I was an attendant drug addict. Little did you know, I did in the end, didn't I? But it was just protecting me, really. So the best times are now. Imagine if Coffee Area had its own elaborate bar. Yeah, it's bizarre, that isn't it? The coffee machine next to the bin. They don't make it inviting. The amount of pubs I go into. Not that I'm in pubs every day, but I do travel a lot with my fiance. The amount of places I go and ask for, I got a non-alcoholic beer. They go, no. Fucking bad. It's bad. Hi Leslie, how you doing? Nice to see you. Okay. Chatting late too, haven't been on recently. Always nice to see you. 7 years on December 28th, and I've never been happier. Fantastic news, that. Well done. Yeah, I'll be 7 years October next year, so you're doing well. Really good, 7 years. Fantastic, Leslie. Nice to see you. Class. Trigger, indeed, the stomach pain is gone with me because I walk a lot. I lost weight and feel stronger. Yeah, you will feel stronger, yeah. Richard Steve Coogan's a good comedian. Yeah, he is. He had an alcohol problem, didn't he? There's a great sketch from Monty Python where the accountant wanted to be a lion tamer. Never seen that one. But interesting. Thanks, Cormac, for that one. Next tomorrow. When I'm 63, I've had a very colourful life, travelled the world, but I only grew up in the last 15 years. When I quit alcohol, I was just existing before. That was similar to me. Yeah. Merely existing. Existence at best, I would say. Barely surviving, really. Kevin, I just need to remember how many possessions I've lost. It's enough of a wake-up call. Yeah, forget about possessions. It's your life. It's important. It didn't matter if you got zero. When I was in hospital and I was dying, I would have just lived in a cardboard box, or in a cardboard box under a bridge, or just to be alive. That's how strong the fight is, to be alive, and it will take you down to that. It'll kill you in the end if you let it control you. You don't take control of yourself, then you'll end up in a wooden box 6 foot under and melted down, as my mother calls it. So, it's there for the taking, isn't it? The good times are there if you want to go ahead and get them. And that's what you've got to do. You only got to do one thing, and that's not drink. Quite easy, isn't it? Why didn't we take the advice years ago? If you type 2 diabetes, or you've got some sort of problem that isn't related to alcohol, some other thing, you've had an aneurysm, or you've had an issue with your heart, and the doctor said, don't take too much sugar. You're going to cut down the sugar on you. But when they tell you not to drink, you go, I know better. It's the most bizarre thing. I can't even describe it. Why you go against advice of family, friends, medics, colleagues, yourself, the news, and your children, as if you know better. Crackers. Hey, Crack Tune, nice to see you. Love your channel. Stephen, thank you for all of your content. It matters, brother. Thanks, mate. Oh, please don't help. That's what I'm here for. I'll do another 5 minutes. Because I know it's approaching Christmas and all that sort of thing. So you better do capture a few more people on here and make sure everyone's going to be all right. Because don't give in tomorrow, because Sunday's a depressing day anyway, isn't it? And it's Sunday and it's going to go down. It's dark early. But as it was pointed out by our weatherman, Submariner there, not the weather, but what's it called? Time thing. The Greenwich Mean Time thing. The atomic watch. It'll go a little bit later, a couple of minutes late, and be back at summertime soon. So crack the worst of it, really. And staying sober during the dark nights is harder than staying sober in the summer. At least there's other things to do. A lot of times we just sit down and think, Jesus Christ, dark at 7 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock. I'll just have a drink. When you have a drink, it makes the time go faster, doesn't it? In your head, I mean, it doesn't actually speed up. So you think, oh God, it's 9 o'clock, it's time for bed now. Feel all relaxed. The next minute, you wake up 1 o'clock, you'll do something, you feel, God, I feel so ill. It doesn't take long to affect your body, especially if you've been on and off and relapsed a few times. It catches up so quickly. And that's why it's so deadly. It comes back to your secondary, you see, so quickly. You don't get hangovers. You go straight into withdrawal. And that's the killer. For me, this constant relapse, withdrawal, and you get the kindling effect, makes you worse. Well, after tomorrow, the days begin getting longer again. Well said, Urban, yeah, they do. But let's just focus on that. What I said earlier, sobriety has to be your priority. If you keep that in your head every day, you should be alright. Keep watching the videos, keep doing some research, keep positive, because your mind runs your body, doesn't it? Don't get depressed. I know this sounds easy, but that's what you're looking to do. You're looking to get healthy again. Take care when you were in hospital. So did they give you an anaesthetic for the ascites fluid because they just cleaned the area and stuck it in my stomach? Extremely painful. They just put a needle, the local, in the side, but it is painful. Yeah, so, Jesus, because I breathe in on it. I put the needle in. Horrible. How many times were you drained? It's a horrible expression, drained. TK. Which worse, you can stay off the drink with weed. Weeks in oblivion from a joint. Oh, I didn't realise that. I've never done joints. I didn't smoke. See, so when alcohol is a good night out for normal people, alcohol becomes your master, and we become slaves as alcoholics. Yeah, it's not a good night out for us, is it? It's a slow, painful death, slow suicide, really, isn't it? For us, it's not good. It's a bad thing for us because we get controlled by it, and we become, like you say, we become slaves to it, don't we? Drained twice, 10 litres first time. I was drained about 50 times. We got 26 litres off once in one go. I had a gross ascites. I'm surprised I'm still here. It's incredible the amount of stuff came off because my liver just shrunk. They called it a shrunken, a cirrhotic liver. I don't know how I managed to survive. That's another story. Anyway, I think we'll knock it on the head there. So we've done about an hour and a quarter. So nice to see you all. Keep strong. I don't know. Go on tomorrow night and do another one. And 26 litres is so much fluid, yeah. I had 43 off in three periods over a 2-week period. 3 drains. Because I can't do too many drains because it can kill you. So 26 litres is 26 kilograms of weight. Unbelievable, isn't it? And I've got all the documentation, as it were. Medical records are foot thick on the paper records. Ryan, I'm 25 days sober from alcohol and painkillers, starting to feel myself again. It was tough for ride for work because yeah, but you got there. That's amazing. All right, I'm going to have a bite to eat now, and thanks all for popping in. Also, just bought coffee. Thanks. I don't know who bought a coffee, but really appreciate that. If anyone wants to donate, please then hit the switch up button and buy me coffee. And it's very well appreciated. Thanks. It's a massive one. Ryan, good. Off the painkillers, that's good. Good night all, Jonathan. It's bright yellow fluid, it's horrible, isn't it? Thank you, Steve. Thanks for sharing, everyone. Take care, stay safe and warm, and do your best. Yeah. Ryan, thanks for your channel. It's helped me a lot. Take care. Thanks to everybody who's bought coffees and things and all the support we get. It makes a big difference. And the more we can get support, more people can get involved. The bigger the channel grows, the more we can do. Because at the end of the day, I'm here initially. That's what I came on for initially. That's why I started the channel, to save people's lives. And it's just grown out of all proportion, which is good. Even I didn't realise the scale of alcoholism in the world until I did this. I thought it was just me and a few other people. There's millions of us. Thanks, Ryan. Thanks, Trinka. Thanks, Stephen, and everybody for the support. Keep strong and sober, everybody. Thanks, Steve. TK, Urban, thank you for your live stream, Stephen. Have a good evening. Thanks, Richard. Thanks again, Richard. Thanks everybody, because so many of us on here. Let's do the same tomorrow night, yeah. And we'll catch up then. Any problems? You got my number. I think it's on most of the description links and stuff there. Yeah. Okay, we'll see you soon. And nice to catch up with you. And don't do anything stupid. Be good. Look after yourself and have a good rest. And we'll celebrate Christmas together. Sober. Catch you later.